If you're tired of seeing this and this over and over again, and you want to see more of this and this, then you have come to the best place possible to figure out how to do that consistently. Well, not exactly, at least. So guys, this is my inside out ISO specialist. You don't see this build a whole lot on my channel, on my streams, on my TikTok, all of that stuff. This is the first build that I made day one of NBA 2K25, and it has one major flaw. And that's that I wasted so many attributes on a 93 driving dunk. And you guys know I can't say it enough. You guys have been absolutely showing crazy love and killing it with the likes and the comments and the subscribes, man. I appreciate all of that, and hopefully we get another 100 like video in a day on this one, hopefully. So make sure you hit that like button and lock in for me. As I said in my last video, I will be starter 4 in my next video, and well, we are at my next video, and as you guys can see, I finally hit starter 4. And what does starter 4 mean in terms of dunking? Well, not really that much, but guys, I will be going over all the starter 4 animations, what you should be using in case you don't hit certain attribute caps, and like for certain animations, stuff like that. I'll be giving you guys the best starter 4 animations soonly to come, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and put them noti bells on as well. So guys, I have a 94 drive and dunk partnered with a 80 vertical, so I pretty much unlock almost every single dunking animation in the game. Now guys, with starter 4, you unlock Michael Jordan dunk style. A lot of you guys probably aren't starter 4 yet, so if you're not, that's perfectly fine. If you guys aren't new here, I am the biggest advocate for not using Michael Jordan, and it's always been 94 drive and dunk in past years, but this year they took it down to an 83 drive and dunk and 72 vertical, and I can only wonder why. The dunk absolutely sucks if you ask me. The only good dunk is the free throw line, and is extremely hard to trigger, and then when you don't trigger it, you're triggering all these cradle through the legs, turn around, slowing the hell down, and getting blocked over and over and over again. So if I were you, I would just avoid Michael Jordan unless you're Thanos himself and you could trigger the free throw line dunk literally every single time. I would just stay away from it completely. So I'm pretty sure you can only trigger it coming through the free throw line. So here I am coming through the free throw line, holding down on my right trigger the whole time, holding down on the right stick. That's how you would trigger it, and you got to do it pretty damn early. You pretty much have to have a perfect angle. No one could be on your hip, I'd assume. And yeah, and you could probably trigger it pretty consistently. So the whole thing of choosing your dunk styles has been in the game for a few years, and I really hope they eventually change this and allow you to pick certain dunks from the package and exclude others. Because guys, if you're coming down the sideline on Michael Jordan, you're getting this cradle literally almost every time, and in order to be able to do the free throw line dunk when you're at the free throw line, you have to have Michael Jordan equipped. So you're going to be forced to get these dunks when you're coming down the baseline, and pretty much you're only going to be able to drive through the middle of the paint, or you're not really going to want to drive at all. But what I was just showing you guys, that was just Michael Jordan by itself. This is my main dunk style. This is, I just name it a random name, and no one means nothing. It's just HHH, whatever. Guys, it's just contact dunks and a few select dunks. I'm going to add Michael Jordan just to it, just so you guys can see how much of a difference it makes when you override like certain animations, like because some will override others. Like if you have some equipped, so there's literally certain animations you literally will never be able to get. So this is me for the first time trying Michael Jordan when I have all my dunks equipped. So this is me trying to get the free throw line dunk. I did not get it the first try. That was a Russell Westbrook dunk right there. Let's try one more time. I got another Westbrook dunk again. You see, your player's automatically going to do the least like effort dunk as far as what I've noticed. Because the Michael Jordan, like you would think it's OP to be triggered. Like if you could trigger it almost every time, everyone would use it. You know what I mean? But it's like, it's just really hard to get. And now like, see, like now that I have Russell Westbrook on, I'm pretty much only getting the Russell Westbrook dunk. And now let's see if I go through the baseline, if I still get Russell Westbrook, or it gives me, see, now I go through the baseline and then I get the crappy Michael Jordan dunk instead of the OP Russell Westbrook. So guys, if I were you, I would just completely avoid Michael Jordan entirely. Since you're here, I might as well show you guys. These are the 6 I'm using in starter 4. Haven't given them a lot of in-game gameplay, but that's probably what I'm going to be using for quite a bit now. Now let's talk about my dunk animations. First off, let's unequip this absolute garbage. As you guys can see, when it comes to signature dunks, the only dunk that I have is Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook in its core is not a great dunk package. It has a lot of back scratchers. It has a lot of dunks that can get you blocked at a high rate. So I'm going to be giving you guys the tips and tricks how to avoid certain dunks. Starting with 2-foot moving dunks. Guys, I understand a lot of you guys might not have a high driving dunk like I do. This requires an 85 driving dunk. Guys, if you don't have an 85 driving dunk, it's okay. My main build only has a 75, and I'm going to tell you exactly what to do instead, which is just as good if you ask me. So for the 1-foot moving dunks, guys, if you have a high driving dunk and you can get Russell Westbrook, I recommend to use Russell Westbrook and don't equip any other 1-foot moving dunks. This will make it where every single time you do a running driving dunk, you will trigger Russell Westbrook every single time. So guys, what if you don't have Russell Westbrook? If you have 80 driving dunk, of course, highly recommend quick drops off one. Obviously, they're not what they once were in their glory days, but they're still like viable. They're pretty safe, and you probably won't get blocked a whole lot. And then if you can't even get quick drop like I can't, I have a 75 driving dunk. Guys, the only dunk you should be running is athletic hangs off one. This is the safest dunk you could possibly use for a low driving dunk. I'm hoping you guys don't go anything lower than 65 driving dunk, because if you do, it's probably your build's probably not very good. And we're talking about guards here. At least I'm a guard. I only play guard. You guys know this. But I'd hope most of you guys have at least 65 driving dunk on your build. And of course, guys, you buy whatever contact dunks you could get, all the 1-foot moving ones and all the 2-foot moving ones as well. So guys, when I said don't worry about the quick drops off two with the 2-foot moving dunks, the workaround to this is to have 2-hand under the basket standing dunks. I don't know if you guys pay attention, but you guys will see my player rises up like nobody's business. Standing dunks are just as broken this year as they've ever been. They're so OP. Even with a 45 standing dunk, which I have on my build, I'm able to dunk on 2 people from the standing dunk. You guys have seen it in some of my wager gameplays. I go absolutely crazy with this. Now I'm going to show you guys a tutorial on how to pretty much exploit this to the best of the ability. All right, now guys, I'm going to get into the best dunking tutorial you're ever going to see. If you guys don't know, I've been dunking for years. I've been a rim runner since 2K23. I've been going crazy. You guys know I have my overpowered slasher last year, so I know the ins and outs of dunking every year. So I'm going to give it to you straight right now. First off, I'm going to start on my 93 driving dunk, and then I'm going to go into a tutorial with my 75 driving dunk, so you guys know I'm not like bullshitting and I'm giving you guys some consistency. So first thing I want to go over is the Russell Westbrook. This is how you trigger the best Russell Westbrook dunk every time. So when you run in the basket, you hold right trigger and you want to hold up on your right side. You just hold up and you'll get this pretty much like a quick drop. Right there, it gave me the 2-foot quick drop that I showed you guys earlier, but more often than not, you will get the Westbrook when you're running really fast like that. Like, those are as fast dunks as you're going to get, and they're as safe as you're going to get, and you're pretty much like barely ever going to get blocked. Now, if you want to do the fancy dunk, which will increase your chances of getting a contact dunk without having to use the meter, you want to hold down on your right stick while driving to the paint. It's pretty simple, just like this. You guys know that's like the famous Russell Westbrook dunk right there. It does get blocked a lot, but if you guys want to be able to finish through contact, you're going to want to go holding down on the right stick without having to use the meter. But if you guys want to make sure you get a contact dunk every single time, then of course you guys use the meter. All you need to do that is hold right trigger, flick up, and then hold down on the right stick. You flick up on the right stick and then hold down, all while holding right trigger running the paint. It's very simple. And it's also very easy to time this year. You guys just got to pay attention to your meter. Now guys, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Dunks like these are very hard to pull off in game, and you 100% have to use your meter to do this. And if you guys have tried in high game modes like stage and proving grounds, you guys know how rare it is to actually follow through one of these animations. But on the contrary, when I've tried using this build in the park and in the theater, it's a lot easier to get these contact dunks, and that's because the difficulty of the game mode is a lot easier, so you have a higher chance of finishing those dunks over people. So keep that in mind. So take this into consideration. It's part of the reason why I don't use this build anymore in the stage, because meter dunks are completely obsolete and I totally don't even recommend them. It's fun sometimes to be able to dunk on people, but it doesn't happen very often, so I just tend to not use this build, and I prefer going the 99 3-ball route, because on this build to get 93 driving dunk, I can't even get anything past a 94 3-point. But 100% guys, I can definitely tell you guys a for sure way how to avoid situations like these, because I know if you've been rim running much at all, you have experienced that animation quite a few times, and probably more often than you'd like. I think it's the dumbest thing. The player literally teleports to you and just makes rim running on this game completely impossible. If you guys didn't know, 2K will be dropping like a heavy patch when season 2 comes out, and that's in 11 days. So I would, to be honest, I would hold off on making a build for at least 11 days because you guys don't know what they're going to change, because builds will become obsolete. I'm telling you that right now. I know it sounds sad, but like what you think might be the best build right now might not be the best build in 11 days. I really do hope that they buff finishing and they nerf to the steals in this game. The steals in this game are absolutely outrageous. The lanes and the ball strippers, your players completely teleporting, and it just looks stupid. I don't know who implemented that and who thought that was a good idea, but I'm sure it wasn't meant to be that way, and they will be fixing it. I'm pretty sure like it wouldn't make sense to leave that in the game. But for right now, the way around this is to, when you drive to the basket, you don't want to be going up like early in, like when you're driving the paint. So when you go up early, yeah, you're getting that sexy driving dunk that you love to see, but that's what's getting you ball strippered. If you want to avoid that happening, you have to run in and then go up like that. That's why I recommended the quick drops off too, because you do need an 85 driving dunk for that, yeah, but that dunk will never get ball strippered. You will get to the paint. Dudes will usually jump by you, so your player won't even get anchored at the rim either. Like, I'll pretty much almost never get stopped when I do this. Obviously, that does make it where you need to have more of an opening, of course, but guys, even if you have the opening, if you guys don't know, if you guys have the opening, even though driving dunk, dudes will come out of nowhere and just strip you. So the way I see it is, if you can't get yourself to the paint first, you shouldn't be going up at all. I don't care if you have 99 driving dunk or a 40. That's just how it is this year, and we got to bear with it until they do something about it. So I understand some of you guys aren't as gifted with this game as others, so in case you guys need an explanation on how to do this, all you basically got to do is run to the paint, and once you get close, you just hold X. That's all you guys got to do. You never let go of your left stick, you never let go of right trigger. You just run in, and as soon as you're ready up, you just go up with X. There's also a couple of different ways how to do this. You could basically drag it out, but you have to make sure you're open. The second there's a player in between you and the rim, your player is no longer going to get a dunk. You're going to get a layup, and you're going to look stupid in the process. But you could run out and then go up. I messed it up there, but you could kind of like take an angle. You know what I mean? Like right there, I took an angle. Sometimes you could take an angle, try to get around your player. I'll do this sometimes to see if my player will get the dunk. As you guys can see right there, if you do this, sometimes like my layup meter will show up. The layup meter shows up, then you know you're not getting a dunk, and you should hit your teammate because you just picked up your dribble. I'm going to give a quick shout out to my boy Chamar. He put me onto this. This is another move you should have in your bag if you have a high driving dunk, and as the self alley-oop off the backboard. It's very easy to time alley-oops this year. So the way you do this is, if you're on Xbox, you press A and B at the same time while holding right trigger and running to the basket. You do have to be inside the three-point line. And if you're on PlayStation, it's whatever's A and B for PlayStation. I don't know what it is, but it's basically like, think about it upside. It's like a diamond. It's the bottom and the right button. So yeah. Now guys, I got on my main guard build to show you guys that you could do this on any type of guard build. As you guys can see, I am a 6'2" with a 6'3" wingspan. Unfortunately guys, if you guys have a 5'9" or anything shorter than a 6'2", you can't do this method because you do have to have a standing dunk, and 6'2" is the shortest you can be to still have a standing dunk. And as I said, this is one of the main focal points of why I think a 6'2" is better than a 5'9", despite having the cap breakers. It's just that you have the ability to drive to the basket at a much more effective rate. So guys, with that 75 driving dunk, I have 0 2-foot moving dunks equipped. When it comes to 1-foot moving dunks, the only one that I have is athletic hangs off 1. If you want to be safe, you can also go with the reverses off 1. This dunk was very good last year, and I'm sure it's just as good this year. But for me, I'm going to stick to the hangs off 1, the athletic hangs off 1. This is the best dunk, guys. And then similarly, for the standing dunks, only the 2-hand under the basket regular. Guys, the 1 hand under the basket, it gets blocked way more. You miss it way more, you get anchor way more. You guys know the saying, man, 2 hands for safety, and it does not disappoint. Even though it only takes 40 driving dunk and it's less than the 1 hand, guys, I promise you that the 2 hand is way safer. It goes up way stronger, and it gets blocked way less, and it's way more effective. Now, when I'm on this low driving dunk build, the only way I drive to the paint, I just run in. If I have the open lane, I will go up, hold down on the right trigger, and see how fast that dunk is. And that is athletic hangs off 1. It's kind of crazy that you only need a 65 driving dunk to do this. And of course, this dunk is very high subjective to getting ball stripped when someone catches up to you. So be wary of that. Make sure you're wide open in order to go up with that dunk. And then, of course, guys, make sure you exploit the standing dunks. If someone is near you, you can kind of like run around them and then run in, get the angle, and then go for the standing dunk, something like that. That's what I do. If you guys watch me, I do this a lot. Like I try to like wiggle around, get weird with the left stick, and then I'll go up two hands for safety, and no one's stopping it. And then, like I said earlier with the other build, if you go up and you see that layup meter come out, guys, I have bailout on this build. A lot of you guys did not opt for the pass accuracy. I see a lot of builds with like 60 65 PA, 70 PA, a lot of weird stuff like that. So guys, if you guys can put pass accuracy on your build, I totally recommend it. Bailout is more important this year than I think it's ever been in any other year, just because of the lack of how consistent shooting is, and as well as like how weak finishing is in the paint. When you see that layup meter, make sure you bail out of that, because you're not going to hit a smothered layup unless you're Kyrie Irving with a 99 driving layup. So like I said, guys, I say this all the time. You do not need to go anything past 75 driving dunk. You may even want to go lower. I'm just telling you guys right now, I had a 65 driving dunk last year, and it was very underwhelming. And I had a 75 driving dunk, and it was pretty, I felt like 75 driving dunk last year was the sweet spot just to dunk consistently. But you guys know meter dunks were very overpowered last year, so I did go with a 94 driving dunk build. But this year, it's not the case. So I'm staying with the all reliable 75 driving dunk, because like you guys know, 65 driving dunk, all you need for that athletic hangs off one, but it's also your player is going to go up strong. He's not going to go up as strong as he will with a 75. So 75, and that's no posterizer as well. I don't even have bronze posterizer. You guys see I only have a 56 vert. I think vert is completely unnecessary on guard. I have a 60 rebound. I guess Superman animation. So I think vert this year for guards is just, you don't really need it at all. So guys, that is it. That's all I have for you for this dunking tutorial. And like I said earlier, this game is going to change a lot before your eyes. In about 11 to 12 days, the new season comes out, and they're going to drop a whole lot of patches. They're going to change a whole bunch of stuff, I'm assuming. Don't quote me on this. Hopefully they make shooting a little bit more consistent. Hopefully they buff driving to the paint a little bit more, so I can finally use my day one build once again, because that's the type of playstyle I like. I don't like the way the game is played right now, where you need a 99 3 ball and you're just running around a screen and shooting fadeaways. I'm not a fan of that. So hopefully they do change something. And like I said, please hold out on making a build. You guys see I got 300k VC, and I'm holding out to make a build to see what the meta becomes, and I'll make a build then. So guys, that is all I have for you guys. So if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that noti bell so you never miss an upload. Also hit that like button, guys. Let's hit that 150 likes on this video, and leave a comment down below what type of video you'd like to see next, because guys, I'm trying to help you guys as much as I can, and sometimes I might be blind to like what type of thing you guys might want to see, because I might not even think about it at all. So if you guys want me, give me like any type of video idea, make sure you comment that down below, and I'll see you guys on the next video, man, which will be when I'm on the other side of this hurricane, guys. As you guys see, I'm wearing the same shirt that I've worn 3 videos in a row, because I'm doing these videos all in one day. I'm doing it all in one sitting for you guys, so you guys have videos even when I'm out of power for probably about a week. So yeah, so hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.